life force of who you are is the emotional part of who you are. And I want you to think of it in terms of your GPS system, because that's what it is. It's there to guide you. And we forget that because we get stuck when something feels bad. There's a payoff in feeling bad about it, and so we get stuck in our own neural groove, and it reboots itself, and we have a very hard time getting out of the bad feeling. But what's interesting is bad feeling in of itself isn't bad, but it can be used as an indicator, sort of like showing you don't want to spend any more time in bad feeling. Because what you're wanting is in all the good stuff, meaning feeling creative, expressed, excited, hopeful, joyful. That's the birthright of who we all are. But the left brain part of us gets in the way and makes us discount and shut out the stuff that's working. And so we wake up in the morning and we're immediately oriented toward what doesn't work, generally, right? Correct? And so the real work is, how can I find just a better way of feeling about my circumstances, my condition, my life, my events, acting, money, relationships, all these different topics. And now we have this brain science to prove it. So I've always been talking about it from a feeling place, an emotive place. So always try to keep reaching for a better feeling, because there is always a better feeling and a better explanation of what you're going through in life. But now we have brain science that is saying the same thing. They are saying, if the research is bearing out that if you are positively present, happy in the moment, they call it a happiness advantage. The brain has a happiness advantage. And basically, it turns on all learning centers of the brain. That's the first thing. So all learning centers of the brain are like firing full. What am I trying to do here? Beep, 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 beep. I'm just going to make sound effects tonight because that's where I am. That's what's happening when we are positively present in the moment. Yes, firing, right? Signaling, okay? And the happiness advantage is when you are happy in the present, you actually perform better, meaning you're more creatively aligned, expressed, tapped into your potential. I call it the creative matrix. You're plugged into this thing of which you are a part. You are also a channel for. You are working optimally. Life feels really good. Also, science calls it you're in the flow. I've never really used it that way. I call it being in the zone, which is an Abraham Maslow term, which is in the book, but it's in the flow. And they say that you perform better than, meaning in the happiness presence of joy in the moment, your brain performs better than when it's negative, neutral, or stressed. So now, check this out. This is all going to come back to the feeling part. When are you most negative or stressed? What makes you negative or stressed?
Rejection. Yes.
Okay, rejection. What else?
Comparison.
Who? Judgments. What else?
Unknown stuff.
Worrying.
Worrying.
Okay.
Okay. It's all kind of general, which is correct, but what makes you negative and stressed is the thoughts about all these things. The thoughts and the defining of these things is what puts you on that left brain drain train. It does. Here's an example. This morning, I woke up this morning and I was really grumpalicious. I was really not having any of it because, why? Because I was upset with Eric. Is he in here? He said he was going to listen. I was upset with Eric and I didn't communicate it to him. I didn't communicate it to him yesterday. And so instead of, and this is a very Buddhist lesson here, which is, Buddhists say what so becomes so what. So when you're consumed with thoughts of your left brain and you're going on in your head about something, if you just communicate your truth, it just dissipates, poof, and it's the truth. But instead of me communicating that, I was like, and of course I relapsed and I had to go get coffee, so I went and got coffee, and then I was beating myself about that, and then I was beating myself up about the fact that I was beating up myself about Eric, which is interesting because here I am teaching it, and here I got caught in that trap, and so I'm beating myself about I shouldn't be beating myself up about having these thoughts, right? So I immediately started to I was not aligned with who I am. And I'm just stuck here. So the challenges, and what I'm always trying to find different ways to help you sort of distinguish, to move through life is, here's where you are, and here's where you want to be, people. Here's where you are. Here's where you want to be. How do you shorten the gap between here's where you are and here's what you want? Yes. So here it is. You have a desire for these things that you're wanting. When you have desires for an agent or new love or taking a vacation or having money or a new car or whatever these things are, the impulse of the desire fills you, generally, with hope and excitement and possibility and confidence, and everything is possible. Yes, all these things happen when you have the original desire. Yes?
Yeah.
You all with me? That is true. Gratitude, and you're on your way. But then what happens is this. Time starts to pass, and you're like, well, wait. I'm checking, and those things that gave birth to those desires, where's the stuff? Where is my dinner with Ryan Gosling? Where are my 2 tickets to Six Flags Great Adventure? Are my G-Star jeans? I'm desiring it. Where is it? And you keep coming back to this, and then you're actually starting to stretch the gap between the original desire and what you're wanting, because you keep coming back to, I don't have it. Where's my stuff? He's got his stuff. I don't have it. So then what happens is we move. This is so interesting to me. When I wrote it down, I was like, oh my God. So the very thing that is creating the good feeling in the first place is then actually creating the disconnect, because you don't have it. Because you're focusing on, I don't have it. So the work to shorten the gap, because it works. It just takes a little bit of mindfulness. It just takes just a squidge of focus. You're focused, you go to the gym, you eat healthy foods, you do things that are good for you. Why are you not a little bit more mindful of the stuff that's going on up here, which is really the creator of it all anyway? So you're focusing on the emotion, which is great, because when you have these desires, it's filled with all this positive emotion, and then the rest will follow. But you begin to worry about the stuff that hasn't yet followed. Where is it? And then you're screwing with the emotion. So you got to come back and focus on the emotion and not worry about what will follow. Because if you're staying on the true vibrational feeling part of the emotion, the stuff must follow. But you don't. You get stuck on, where's my agent? And then you're messing with the emotion. So then the work is you come back to the emotional part. Not worry about what will follow, because if you stay in that pure place of the emotional part, that which will follow will come. But instead, you focus on the stuff that's supposed to follow. Where's my TV show? And then you screwed with the emotion. That's the work. People, it's just really not rocket science. You know what it is? It's recognition and recovery. That's it. Easy, breezy. Recognition, recovery. Easy breezy. I'll say it one more time and I'm done. Recognition and recovery. That's life. That's how you move in the direction of what you're wanting. So when you catch yourself like I did today in this nasty cobwebbed, spider's lair of things that were only happening here, which was robbing me of the joy of my coffee. I didn't even freaking enjoy my coffee. And I've been off it for a while and I wanted to enjoy it. But I couldn't enjoy it because I'm in here and all the things that Erica's... So the goal is, recognition. I am here, not here. Recovery, shortening the gap between being stuck in here and missing here. You guys, you can all do it. The amazing thing about all this science that's coming out now is it's just part of your DNA. It's part of what the brain naturally wants to do anyway. But it requires presence. So when you find yourself being caught here, you're not present to what's actually happening here. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Recognition and recovery. Recognition, recycle, reuse. That's also good. Recognition, recovery.